In the first part of my conversation with new Illinois head football coach Tim Beckman, he speaks to the difference in turning around the Illinois program compared to turning around Toledo. He talks about his belief in the spread offense due to his defensive background and difficulty defending it. Beckman's offseason program is unique and based on competition in every workout amongst his team members. He also shares with us what's been the most difficult thing he's ever done.
You're not just embracing a new head football coach in Tim Beckman, but you're embracing a family.
What was it like saying goodbye to your Toledo team?
Terrible. Hardest thing I've ever done. I guarantee you I'm one of the only ones that went back, because I went back for the senior banquet, because I needed to say goodbye to parents. I needed to say goodbye to those seniors. Those seniors won 8 football games. There's a reason why I'm here. Probably one of the toughest things too was reading some of those tweets. I had a couple players that were crushed. Those players understand why now that I made the decision to become the head football coach at Illinois.
Recently, there's been discussion about Big Ten coaches recruiting guys that are committed to other Big Ten schools. Your thoughts on that issue?
When I got this job on December 9th, I felt it was my responsibility to call every in-state player and ask them if they were interested in the University of Illinois, committed or not committed. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to try to be involved in what we call Illini Nation, and that's a 4-hour radius circulating throughout around Champaign. That's going to be our home base, and I want our coaches' faces seen in every one of those schools in that area.
Tim, how will turning Illinois around be different than turning Toledo around?
I don't think it'll be different at all. I think one thing about this program, and I've said this throughout since I've been here, is this program's not broken. We need to tweak it and keep it at a consistent level. I believe in what we're doing. Our players are believing in what we're doing. They can see things that are happening. They're believing more and more into the process of building this program into a champion.
You break your team up into 8 groups during the off season. Why do you do that, and what are you trying to accomplish?
Well, it's life first. I believe everything that we do in life is a competition. It's a draft. It's an actual draft. The seniors draft the teams. The coaches have nothing to do with it. But you're going to draft on strength, of course. You're going to draft on speed. You're going to draft on change of direction, but you're also going to draft on accountability. All the things that are important that I think build the next 3 months for us to be successful in the fall.
You came up through the ranks as a defensive coach. You go to Toledo, you install the spread offense. What made you as a defensive coach go that way offensively?
All this gray hair, basically. I mean, that's been definitely it. You know, I was lucky enough to coach in the Mid-American, coach against some great quarterbacks as a defensive coordinator. You think about all the great ones, the Roethlisbergers, and then going down to the Big Ten and playing in the Big Ten, and then going down to the Big 12 and experiencing some of the offenses down there in the Big 12 with great quarterbacks. So it was just something that I felt in today's age, and being around Coach Meyer, when we started at Bowling Green, I saw some great things that we did with the spread. I believe in the spread, but I also believe in making sure that your players are put in the best position to be successful. So if we have to be out in the I next year, then we're going to run the I. We're going to run with whatever our personnel has. I'm not so headstrong that we're going to have to do it my way, and that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to do with what talent we have here, but we are recruiting to a spread look.
And how does that impact what you do defensively?
The big thing is not just defending the spread, but also defending the tempos that our offense is going to run, that's going to force them to play football at a fast pace.
Many who know you say that football is not a way of life for Tim Beckman. They say it is Tim Beckman's life. How do you find balance?
That's a great question, because I mean, I believe in football. I believe football can do so much for individuals. 47 years I've been around this great game. I've seen the great wins for my father and the losses for my father. I've been involved as a player and as a coach. And there's so many different things that we're doing right now that are not just football specific, X and O's things, but in the long run, they're going to make us a championship football team, because we're going to learn how to respond to one another. It's just a privilege and an honor to be a head football coach in this great conference, the Big Ten.